Okay, so this evening we're going to be doing a relatively gentle full body Pilates class. So just working all over the body and just be listening to it. So if there's anything you want to add a challenge to, you can. We're going to have the option to use weights in some of the exercises. So if you do have any weights handy, grab hold of them, or you can just use some tins from the kitchen. But again, if you're feeling like you don't want to use weights this evening, you can just do the exercises without. And also, whilst you're grabbing those bits, you can grab a pillow or a blanket or a towel that we'll use at the end of the class for a little bit of restorative work. See Charlotte running off to get her bits and bobs. And then when you're ready, we're going to meet on the mat standing. Lovely, that's it. So just coming onto your mat, spreading your feet hip width apart, spreading those toes into the mat, relaxing the shoulders. And let's just take a couple of moments just to check in with ourselves this evening. So just closing the eyes if that feels comfortable. And just tuning into your body, noticing how you're feeling this evening after your day. Is there any areas that you could relax a bit further? Good. And then when you're ready, bring that awareness to your breath. So just notice how you're breathing, where you're breathing. And then we're going to start to deepen those inhales and exhales. So when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then out through the mouth, or through the nose. Do whatever feels most comfortable for you. Good, and again, nice deep breath in. So really just slowing down those inhales and deepening those exhales. Good, last one here. So just slowing down the mind, calming down the body, preparing us for the next hour of movement. Good. And then keeping those eyes closed, we're just going to do one more breathing exercise, and this one's called interrupted breath. So on your next inhale, you're going to breathe in for 30%, and then you're going to hold. Then you're going to breathe in for a further 30%, hold, and then you're going to breathe in full capacity, hold, and then breathe out. So when you're ready to take your next inhale, breathe in for 30% of your lung capacity and hold. Breathe in a further 30% and hold. And then breathe in as much as you can, filling up those lungs. And then when you're ready to exhale, take a nice deep breath out. Good, we're going to try that 2 more times. So when you feel that next inhale rise through the body, taking 30% of an inhale, holding it there. Further 30, holding. And then full deep breath in. And then releasing that breath through the nose or through the mouth, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Good, last one, deep breath in for 30%, holding it there. And then taking another 30, hold. And then full breath in, holding. And then completely release. Lovely, good. And then just return to your normal breathing, but just try to be a bit more mindful to keep that inhale longer and that exhale deeper. Lovely. So if you do have your Franklin balls handy, grab hold of them, or we can use our hands or our fists, and we're just going to do a little bit of tapping to wake up the body, boost our lymphatic system, boost our circulatory system. So let's just start on one side of the body. So taking your Franklin balls, if you have them, tapping around the hands, the fingers, the wrists, all the way up the arm. Working your way up to your shoulders. Good, across your chest. And then back down the other arm. Good, just shifting any stagnant energy, any stagnant lymph. Getting all that goodness flowing underneath the skin. Let's come down onto the tummy, so just helping that digestive system. So we want to work clockwise here. So we're working with our digestive tract, helping us digest any food or dislodge any food that might be having problems moving down today. Good, and then we're going to continue down around our pelvis, around our hips, around our knees. Working our way all the way down to our feet, down to our toes, our ankles. Good, and then working all the way back up. And then I want you to revisit any area that you feel that you need to spend a bit more time. So is it your hips that feel a bit tight today? Do you need to spend a bit more time here? Or is it your shoulders? So just take a moment now to just work intuitively and take your hands or your Franklin balls to that area. Good. And then once you finish there, we're just going to work our way gently up the side of the neck, working into those lymph nodes that live around our neck area, that cervical lymph, and then gently along our mandible. So just finding our jawbone here, release that jaw and then tapping along. So we hold lots of tension here, so it's a great one to release at the end of the day. And then gently taking those balls all the way to the top of the head, around your skull, releasing any tension we might be holding in our head, releasing any unwanted thoughts. Good, and let's work our way back down to our chest, finishing at our thymus glands, just in the center of your chest here. So this is a great one for helping boost immunity by tapping your thymus gland. And let's do 3, 2, 1, and then just drop those stroke balls to the side. Take a few moments just to notice any shifts through the body, notice any changes. Lovely. And then we're going to come into a couple of roll downs. So rooting down through your feet. So really spread those toes, pressing down through big toe, little toe in your heels. Soften the knees, soften the shoulders. We're going to tuck the chin under and take a nice slow roll down. So imagine you're just peeling yourself off of the wall behind you. Slowly rolling down, one vertebra at a time. Allow the weight of those arms and the head to draw you down. Let go of your head. Good. And then when you get to the bottom, we're going to press into those feet again and roll all the way back up. So nice and slowly, no rush, just slowly warming up the spine. Good, lovely. So coming all the way up to standing. And this time we're going to take a little side, kind of like a side roll down. So as if someone's drawing your left arm down towards your left foot. So keeping your hips square to me. So they might be tempted to twist round, try and keep them square to me. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Let the head just hang. Good. And then coming all the way back up. And then it's as if the other arm is drawing you down. So just sliding down that right leg this time. Let the head just hang. Open, keep that chest nice and open. Shoulders soft. Good, lovely. Coming all the way back up. And let's take one more roll down. So we're going to tuck that chin in. Move a little bit faster this time. Now we're warming up the spine. Rolling all the way down, head and arms draw you down towards the floor. And this time we're just going to stay here for a moment. So just let that head hang, let the arms hang. And then from here, I'm going to turn to face the side. From here, we're going to bend the knees. So bending those knees, allow the bottom to come down a little bit here. And then we're going to inhale to lengthen the legs. So we're not going to fully lock the knees. We're just going to kind of soften through the knees, but you're just going to lengthen those legs. So as we breathe out, let's bend those knees. Trying to make sure they're not going to knock together. They're kind of keeping in line with your toes. And then as we inhale, we're going to lengthen the sit bones up towards the sky. Good, let's try one more. Breathing out to bend. Taking a little bit of a squat here. And then inhale to lengthen, lovely. And then follow up with that roll up again, coming all the way up to standing. We're going to inhale to bring the arms up and over the head. So really lengthening through those fingertips, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Good, then we're going to interlace those fingers. And then push the palms of the hands towards the sky. So the elbows are pointing out towards the sides of the room, the palms of the hands towards the sky, lengthening through those fingertips. Then from here, we're going to round the spine, push the shoulder blades away, and push the arms in front of you. So you're rounding the back here, really widening those shoulder blades away, and let's bend those knees. Good, looking down towards the floor. Then as we inhale, we're going to lengthen the legs, bring the arms back up. And the arms are just going to slightly come behind your ears if that feels comfortable. Good, we're going to do 2 more of those. So as we exhale, we're going to bend those knees, round the spine, spreading those shoulder blades away from each other, pushing the hands away from your body, looking down towards the space between your feet. 1 more, inhale. Good, and then exhale, bending those knees, rounding the spine. Pushing those hands away from you, lovely. Good, let's come all the way back up to standing. Release those hands. You're going to soften the knees and just take a nice little bounce. So let the arms just hang loose, just springing through the knees, keeping the feet in contact with the floor. And just breathing here. I'm just going to bounce here for 10 seconds. So we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just find some stillness here. Lovely, really nice. And let's just drop our left ear down towards our left shoulder. And imagine someone's just placing their hand gently on the opposite shoulder, drawing it down towards the floor. Feeling that nice space through the side of the neck. And then from here, we're going to take our hand and just squeeze in between the shoulder and the neck here. Just take a moment just to squeeze that muscle. So imagining it's like a sponge. So as you squeeze it, you're letting out any tension, any toxins. And then as you release it, you're allowing fresh blood, fresh oxygen to run towards that muscle. Let's try 1 more time. So squeezing here, gentle squeeze, allowing any tension to be squeezed out. And then as we release, allow that circulation to boost to that area. Lovely. Let's come back to center and just take a moment just to notice if that side of your body, your shoulder feels different to the other one. Perhaps it feels a bit lower or a bit more relaxed. And then we're going to try that on the other side. So let's drop our right ear down towards our right shoulder. Just have a moment here. Imagine drawing that shoulder away from the ear. And then we're going to take our hand and squeeze that muscle there. And then once again, just imagine squeezing out any tension we might be holding here. And then releasing. Lovely. Let's try 1 more. Nice big squeeze. And then releasing. Really nice. Good. Let's come back to center. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to take a nice deep inhale, reaching up towards the sky. And we're going to roll down through the spine 1 more time. So just make sure you're at the back of your mat. So we're going to crawl forward in a minute. So we're going to roll down through the spine, drawing the arms in front of us. So just tucking the chin under, rolling down. The arms come down towards the floor, bending those knees if you need to. And then we're going to walk out into a downward facing dog. So just taking those hands onto the mat, spreading the fingers nice and wide, pressing into those finger pads. And let's just take a moment just to walk through the feet. So one heel goes down towards the floor, then the other one. Good, really nice. Do that nice stretch down the back of the legs. Try and keep that head relaxed, shoulders away from your ears. Good. And from here, we're going to find a bit of stillness. So just find some stillness in your downward facing dog. Sit bones towards the sky. Good. And then from here, we're going to bend those knees and we're going to hover them above the mat. So just taking them down towards the mat, but not dropping them down. Just hovering above the mat. We're going to hold it here for 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to come back up into that downward facing dog. And we're going to do that 4 more times. So you're kind of rippling through the spine, sending those knees down towards the mat, just hovering above and holding it for 3 seconds. Good. Kind of keeping a nice flat back. And then coming back into that downward facing dog. Let's try 3 more of these. So rippling through the spine, taking those knees down just to hover above the mat slightly, holding it for 3, 2, 1, coming all the way back. Can we try 2 more of those? Good, looking really nice. Try and keep that neck in line with your spine so you're not kind of looking too far down to the floor. You're keeping your focus towards the front of your mat. Good. And on the last one, we're going to just keep in that downward facing dog. Have a moment here. And we're just going to rock from left to right. So it's kind of like you're wagging your tail in your downward facing dog. So it's rocking from your left foot to your right foot. Gently opening up the hips. Good. Lovely. And then from here, let's find that stillness again. We're going to ripple through into a plank pose. So you're going to come all the way forward, bringing those hips in line with your spine, and then hinging back into that downward facing dog. So let's try and connect this with your breath this time. So as we inhale, we come forward, pushing the earth away with our hands, keeping that gaze lifted. And then as we exhale, we come back. Really nice. Shall we try 3 more? Inhale to come forward. Exhale to come back. And then 2 more. Inhale to come forward. And then exhale, coming back. Really nice. Last one. Good. So really feel about pushing the earth away from you, coming back into that downward facing dog. Good. We're going to walk the hands back to meet the feet again, coming back into that forward fold, and then rolling all the way back up to standing. Lovely, really nice. And then we're going to grab hold of, if you do have weights and you want to use them, grab hold of them. If not, we can do this without weights as well. So when you're ready, grabbing hold of those. Good. So this is another simple exercise that we did the other day. So we're going to do the same similar exercise here. So we're going to grab hold of those weights, relaxing the shoulders away, and we're going to connect our movement with the breath. So as we inhale, we're just going to bring the arms out towards the side. Then as we exhale, we're going to bring the arms back down. So inhaling to lift the arms. So imagine these arms being lifted from your armpits, and then exhale coming down. Good. So this feels enough for you without weights, then just keep doing it without. You can actually feel it quite intensely without the weights as well. So just try and connect your breath with the movement. Inhale to lift. Imagine those shoulder blades, those collarbones floating up and then floating down. Good. Let's do 2 more. Inhale to lift. Lovely. And then exhale to come down. Really nice. 1 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come down. Good. So this time we're going to do the same movement, but we're going to bring the legs into it as well. So it's a little bit of a brain coordination exercise as well. So as we lift the arms and inhale, we're also going to bend the knees. So we inhale to lift, bend the knees, and then exhale to lengthen and bring the arms back down. Lovely. So really root down through those feet. Try not to let those knees knock. You want to keep them tracking with your big toe. So as we inhale, we're going to bend as if you're sitting in an imaginary chair behind you. And then exhale to come to standing. Really nice. Let's try 5 more. And just moving at your own pace. Move with your own breath. Inhale. Drawing those shoulder blades together as we lift the arms. Good. We're keeping a nice open chest. Keep that neck in line with the spine. Don't allow those shoulders to rise up. Try and keep them nice and soft. 3 more. And if it feels too much, you can just do the arms without the legs as well. Good. And inhale. Lovely. And exhale. On this next one, we're going to stay down here. So we're going to bend the knees, keep the arms out to the side. Good. And then we're going to draw the arms together. So as if you're trying to tap your weights together and then bring them back out. Good. So you're widening those shoulder blades, drawing the arms together, and then we're squeezing the shoulder blades as we open again. Lovely. Let's try 5 more. Staying in that squat if you can. If you need to come out of it, just come out of it. And if you want to put the weights down and do this without the weights, that's also a really good exercise. Good. 3 more. Keep breathing. Imagine those sit bones nice and wide. Good. 2 more. Almost there. And last one. Good, lovely. Keep the arms out to the side, extend the legs, bring the arms down. Just take a moment to breathe. I need to have a little scratch on my eye. There we go. And then we're going to continue here. So this time we're going to take a deeper inhale. So we want to take the arms up and over. So joining them over the head and then exhale to come down. So we need to take a bit more of a deeper inhale to be able to fulfill that full movement. Inhale to come up. Good. Exhale to come down. Lovely. Let's try 3 more here. Inhale. And exhale. And 2, last 2 here. And breathing out. Really nice. Good. And coming all the way up. And coming all the way down. Good. So we're going to repeat that movement, but this time we're going to bring the heels into it. So we're going to lift the heels off the floor. So it's a bit of a balancing exercise as well. So as we inhale, we lift the heels off the floor. We reach the arms up and over the head. So you really want to connect with your center, find that focus, stabilize the ankles, and then exhale, everything comes down. Rooting back down through those feet, relaxing the arms. Good. Let's try 4 more. So deep breath in to lift the heels off the floor. Exhale to come down, really nice. 3 more. And breathing out. Good, so try not to let those shoulders sneak up. Try and relax away from the ears, even though we're lifting the arms. Good, we've got 2 more here. And coming all the way down. Lovely, last one. Good, bring those arms down. Lovely, and then we're going to just keep the arms by our sides. I'm going to do 10 heel rises. It's going to rise up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stay up there on 10. Good, and we're going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, relax the feet down. Bring those arms back out in front of you. So you want to be having your elbows up towards the side here. So you're kind of internally rotating the shoulders here. So just bring them in front of the chest. And I'm going to turn to face the side so you can see this bit. So from here, we're going to bend the knees. We're going to lift the heels. And then we're going to bend, bring the heels back down. So keep the arms out in front of us. We're going to keep those knees bent. We're going to lift the heels. And then we're going to bring the heels back down. So we're going to try 10 of these. So we've got 1, and bring the heels back down. 2, good. 3, it's a bit of a balancing exercise too. 4, 5, 5 more. 6, keep breathing. 7, 8, 9, and on the last one, see if you can stay there for 10. You're going to bring the arms out to the side for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Heels come down, arms come down. Lovely. And then let's just put the weights to the side for the moment. Give those arms a little shake or a tap, whatever you need to do. Good, lovely. And then we're going to move into a little arm and leg exercise. So from here, we're going to take our right foot, so I'll mirror you. So we're going to take our right foot and place it across your left foot. And we're going to rotate the hip open, so the knee wants to face towards the side of the room. Good, so you're on the ball of the foot, hip rotating out to the side, so that knee is pointing towards the side of your mat. We're going to bring our arms out to the side. I'm going to take a stretch towards that front leg, so side stretch over towards that front leg. Good. So one arm's reaching over the head, the other one's reaching in the opposite direction. Lovely. Then come back to center and then reach over to the other side. So just moving nice and slowly because you kind of want to keep that balance as well. Try and keep that hip rotating open so you've got a little bit of space between your legs. We're going to do 2 more on each side. So reaching over with the top arm, under with the bottom arm. Good. Taking it nice and slowly so you can keep that stability. Really nice. Let's do 1 more on each side. Really nice. Good. And breathing into that side body as you create that space. Good. Coming all the way back. We're going to get those arms out to the side and release that front leg. So you want to take the leg up in front of you. And then we're going to take it all the way around to place behind you. So you're going to come onto the ball of the foot again, and it comes behind you as if you were going to do a curtsy. So from here, we take those hands onto the hips, and we're going to bend both knees. So both knees are slightly turned out from the hips. Good, and then we're going to extend the legs, and then bend and extend. Good. So the back foot is on the ball, the front foot is rooted down. Lovely. Let's try 2 more. So taking it as low as you feel comfortable. And then coming all the way back up. Last one. Lovely, good. Then we're going to take that back leg again, bring it all the way around in front of you again, so that knee comes in line with your hip. Relax the foot, and let's just take a couple of ankle circles to release off the foot there. Good, lovely. And then whilst we're here, we're going to extend that leg away, so drawing the foot towards me and then bending back into that 90-degree angle. If you need to take a wall for some support here, then grab hold of the wall or a chair if you've got one there. Bending, extending. Good. One more. Really nice. Good. And let's release that leg down. Take a moment to shake the legs out. Give them a tap. And then we're going to do that all on the other side. Good. Okay. So what leg do we just do? So we're going to do the left leg this time. So the left leg is going to step over. So rotate, externally rotating that hip out, knee faces towards the side of the mat. So just get your balance first of all. Root down through that supporting leg, and then let's take the arms out to the side. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach over towards that front knee. And then coming back to center. And then reaching over towards the other side. So just keep this moving. Really opening up the side of the body, enjoying that space. Let's take 2 more on each side. Really nice, good. Really, really nice. Lovely. Good, and after your 3rd one or your 6th one, depending on how you're counting it, what leg have I got? That's it. Then we're going to take those arms back out to the side. Release that front leg so you're drawing the knee in line with the hip and then taking it all the way around so it places behind that front leg. So you're on the ball of your foot with your left leg and then your right foot is rooted down. Good. Hands onto the hips and let's bend both knees. So taking that little curtsy and then coming all the way back up. Good. Let's try a few more of these. Seeing how deep you can take it. Keep that spine nice and long, chest open. So you're not tempted to hunch over. Just try and keep that head lifted. Good. Let's try 3 more if we can. Breathing here, softening the muscles in the face, relaxing that jaw. 2 more. Good, last one. Lovely, and then let's take that back leg, circle it all the way around to where it just came from. So it's in line with that knee again, let's rotate the ankle. So just really let go of that foot, just circular motions in both directions. Good. And then when you're ready, let's see if we can extend that leg. So just lengthening the leg away from you and then bending it back in. Lengthening away and bending. Good, last one. And bending, really nice. Relax the leg down. Give it a little shake and then we're going to come to the back of your mat again. Ready to come down on towards the floor. So when you're ready, taking a nice deep inhale, reaching up towards the sky. And then we're going to roll down through the spine again. So bringing those arms down in front of you, rolling down through the spine. When your hands meet the mat, let's walk forward into our downward facing dog. Good. And then we're going to come down onto our knees. Ready to come into a couple of cat and cows here. So taking those hands onto your shoulders, spreading those fingers nice and wide. Find that flat back. And on your next inhale, let's allow the tummy to completely relax. Open up the chest, look up towards the sky. Sit bones nice and wide. And then on your exhale, let's push the earth away around that spine. And let go of your head. Good, let's do 2 more. So moving with that breath. Inhale, opening up the chest, widening those sit bones. Softening the tummy. Good, exhale, spreading those shoulder blades away. Drawing the tummy in towards you. Last one, breathing in. Good, really nice. And then exhale, rounding. Push that earth away. Good, coming back into your flat back. And then from here, we're going to come into a swimming exercise. So let's just start with the legs first of all. So we're just going to take our left leg and slide it towards the back of the mat. and then draw it back in line with your hips again. So taking alternate legs, so left leg, then right leg, sliding it away, and then bringing it back. Trying to keep that pelvis as calm and as quiet as you can. Sliding one leg away, drawing the other one back. Good, and then the other leg. Lovely. Now we're going to bring the arms into this movement. So the left leg slides away and the right arm reaches forward. So also opposite arm to leg, good. And then bringing it back. And reaching forward towards the front of the mat with the other hand. Good, and then bringing it back. Let's try that again on the other side. Good. So just keeping that neck in line with the spine. Try and keep your gaze kind of towards the front of your mat so you're not looking down or looking up too far. Good. So you can stay here, or if you want to take a bit of an extra challenge, just to bring the core into this on a bit of a balance, you can lift that back leg up so it's in line with your hips. Good, and then we can bring that one back. And let's try the other side. So sliding along the mat and lifting the back leg off. Finding that balance and then coming back, good. Let's try that again. So lifting, reaching from your fingertips to your toes, and then coming all the way back, lovely. Let's try a few more of these, and we've got just one more added little challenge to this exercise. You can either stay here, or once you lift your back leg and your front arm, you're going to then draw the elbow and the knee together. So as if they're trying to give each other a little kiss here, and then reach away again, and then bring the arm and the knee back down. So let's slide the back leg away, lift the arm up, lift the leg up, and then draw the opposite elbow to the opposite knee. So you're rounding the spine, and then you're lengthening away again. Really nice, good. Let's do a few more of these on each side. So lengthening away, and then drawing the knee and the elbow together, rounding that spine, finding that balance, reaching away again, and then bringing the hands and the knees back. Good. Let's try 2 more on each side. So find that length, and then connecting the elbow and the knee. A little twist through the spine. Good. Last one on each side. Really nice, lovely. Good, we've got one more. That's it. Good, and then drawing the knees back, the hands back. Let's just take a moment to rest the arms, come off the knees. So we're just going to take our knees nice and wide, feet together. Let's sit back into a child's pose for a moment. And then you've got the option to either lengthen your hands towards the front of the mat, or you can bend your elbows and just rest your forehead onto your hands here. So really sinking the bottom down towards the floor, allowing those hips to gently open, and melting your forehead and your heart down towards the mat, taking a few moments to breathe here. Good. Last breath. And then we're going to come back onto our hands and knees. You're going to stay with your feet, your knees in child's pose position. So we're going to do a bit of a moving child's pose. So you're going to take your left hand, reach forward, up, and then over, which initiates this rocking motion. So you're going to come forward to reach the arm towards the front of the mat. So kind of taking your weight slightly forward. And as you come up with the arm, you come into the middle of the mat, and then you sit all the way back down into that child's pose. So we're going to keep this as a continuous movement. Inhaling and exhaling as you feel comfortable. Good. So circling that left arm, which creates this moving resting pose. That's it. And you've got the option here. It's quite nice to follow your gaze with the hand, and that just opens up the thoracic spine a little bit more. But if that feels like a strain, you can just keep your eyes onto your mat or keep looking forward, just do what feels most comfortable for you. Let's take one more here. Good, and then we're going to take that hand back onto the mat and then do the same with the other hand. So reaching that arm forward, up and back. And just taking it as slowly as you want to. Or if you want to move a bit faster this evening, you can move a bit faster, just do what feels right for you tonight. Good, let's do 2 more here. And last one. Really nice, good. And then we're going to come back onto all fours. So just take those knees back underneath your hips, release those feet. Good. And then from here, we're just going to sit back onto our heels for a moment and just release off the arms, give them a little shake. And then from here, we're going to interlace those fingers and just take a little moment to just release off the wrists. Just taking circular motions with the wrists. If that doesn't feel kind of comfortable for you, you can just rotate the wrists this way as well. So make sure you move in both directions. One way is always easier than the other. Good, and just shake them off here. Really nice. Then we've just got one more exercise on our hands and knees, then we're going to come onto the floor. So from here, we come back onto all fours, and we're going to move into our thread the needle. So we're going to lift the left arm up towards the sky on your inhale, looking up towards that top hand, opening up the chest. And as we exhale, we're going to thread through, reaching towards the opposite side of the mat. Good, looking underneath that armpit. And let's move with the breath. Let's try 5 of these. So inhale to open, lovely. Exhale to thread through. And then looking underneath that opposite armpit, seeing how much rotation you can get through your thoracic spine. Allowing that lovely movement for your heart and your lungs, creating all that space. So taking 5 here, and on your 5th one, you're going to stay in that threaded position. So when you've done your 5, you're going to stay in that threaded position. Good. So your head will be in contact with the floor, your shoulder. Good. And then this might feel enough to stay here. If we want to go a bit further, we're going to lift the top arm up towards the sky. Good. Taking a little balance here. Good. If you want to take it even further with this balance, you might want to extend the same leg as arm that's in the air. So if you've got your left arm in the air, extend that left leg away from you. So just see how that feels. Good. And then let's take the arm back onto the mat. Bring the leg back if it was away. Thread that arm back through, reaching up towards the sky. Bringing it back down. Let's take it to the other side. So when you're ready, reaching up with the opposite arm. And then threading through. So taking 5 of these. Really reaching as far as you can. And imagining the heart and the lungs moving with you. Massaging them with your movement, with your breath. Lovely. These look really nice. Good. And on that 5th one, we're going to stay down there. And then you've got that option. I think you've got your right. Yeah, you've got that option to take the left arm up towards the sky. So just take it nice and slowly. One side might feel more balanced than the other. So take it slowly. And then if you feel really stable today, really balanced, see if you can extend that left leg away as well. Lovely, good. Take it slowly just in case it kind of takes a bit of time adjusting. Really nice. And let's hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring the arm down. Bring the leg back. Really nice, good. And let's come back onto our hands and knees. And we're just going to shift our hips down towards the floor. So you've got 2 options here. You can either do the full expression of the movement where you take the hips down, hands on the mat, and we look up towards the sky. So what would be an upward dog in a yoga. Or if this feels too much on your lower back or on your wrists, you can come down onto your tummy and take this onto your forearms. So it's kind of just a bit more of a gentler variation. So just choose your variation. We're going to hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Lovely. And then come back onto the hands and knees here. And then we're going to lay onto our sides. Let's come onto our left-hand side. And just sliding all the way down. So you might want to use an overhead cushion if you've got one. So we're going to take our arm down onto the mat and then rest your head either on your upper arm, or if you've got an overhead cushion or a little pillow there, you can just place that underneath your head just to allow your neck to be in line with your spine. Good. Let's draw those knees together, the feet together. And then we're going to lift both feet off the floor. Good. So lifting both feet off the floor. We're going to open up that top leg. So come into an oyster here. And then we're going to extend the leg away. Bring the feet back together. And then close that knee back to the bottom knee. So opening up, lifting that top knee, extend the leg away. Drawing the feet back together. And then lowering that top knee, good. So again, trying to keep that pelvis nice and quiet, nice and calm. If you want to keep your hip, your hand on your hip, just to encourage it to not be moving all over the place. Take it nice and slowly. And then with control, closing that little oyster. Good, let's do 3 more of these. So lifting that top knee, lengthening. Drawing the feet together, really nice. And then closing. 2 more. Good. And then closing, got 1 more here. Lifting, lengthening. Good. Lovely. And let's lower those feet down for a moment, take a moment to rest. And then we're going to extend that top leg. So flexing the foot and extending the leg away. So if you just look down, you just see your toes kind of in your eye line. So you want to have this hip, this leg in line with your hip. You're going to take that top arm up and over. Good. From here, we're going to bend the knee and bend the elbow and see if you can draw them to tap each other. It doesn't matter if they don't completely touch, but as if you were trying to get them to touch each other and then lengthening away again. Good. So we're going to do one with the flexed foot, then we're going to point the foot and do one with the pointed foot. Bring the elbow in, the knee in, extend away. Flex the foot and then do the same thing. Lovely, good. And then point the foot, draw the knee and the elbow together. And then flex. We're going to do 1 more of each. So 1 flex foot, elbow and knee together. Lengthen away, pointing the foot. Really nice, good. Let's do 1 more actually of each. Flexing that foot, drawing the knee and the elbow together, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Try and get that leg lifted so it's in line with your pelvis. Good. Then lengthening the leg away. From here, we're going to take the arm up towards the sky and we're just going to pulse that top leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Let's bend the knee, grab hold of that foot and come into a little quad stretch. So just drawing the knee away from you. Enjoying that space in the front of the body. Breathing here for a moment. Good, lovely. Let's release the leg here. And then we're going to roll onto our back. So just release the cushion if you've got one. Let's roll onto our backs before we come onto the other side. Good. So from here, we're just going to take our feet hip width apart, spreading those toes into the mat, relaxing the shoulders. And let's do a couple of bridges here. So when you're ready, we're going to peel the pelvis off the floor and then 1 vertebra at a time, pressing into the feet, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, and just try and be mindful that the knees aren't kind of pointing out towards the side. Keep them in line with your hips. And then as you exhale, let's roll all the way back down. Let's do 2 more of these. So breathing in to peel the pelvis and the spine off the mat. Just articulating 1 vertebra at a time. Lovely. And then exhale to come down. Let's try 1 more. Lifting all the way up. Okay, we're going to stay up here this time. Bring the arms up and over the head. Good. Stay here for a moment. And then bring the arms back up. Rolling down through the spine and then bring the arms back down. Good, let's try 3 more of those. So lifting the pelvis off the floor, staying up here, bring the arms up and over the head. This time we're going to bend the elbows down into what we call cactus pose. So there's bending at the elbows, they come either side of your head here. And then we're going to straighten them back up again. Bring them over the head. Pelvis comes back down onto the floor, arms come back down. Let's try 2 more of those. So lifting the bottom off the floor, peeling up onto your shoulders, lift the arms up and over. Bending the elbows so you come into this like cactus position. So the elbows are in line with your shoulders and your hands are in line with your elbows. Reaching back away from you above your head, coming up and towards the ceiling. Bottom comes down, spine comes down, arms come down. Good, last one, peeling the pelvis, peeling the spine, pressing into those feet. Lift the arms up and over, bending at the elbows. Lovely, and then reaching back above the head, bringing them back where they came from, peeling back down, good. And this time we're going to bend the knees in and give them a hug. And having a little rock side to side, giving that lower back a nice massage. So side to side, forward and back, do what feels good here. Lovely, and let's roll onto our right side to repeat the oysters with the leg extensions on the other side. So just swiveling around, rolling over. Take that overhead cushion if you need it. Good, and then drawing the knees together, the feet together, bending the knees, and then we're going to lift those feet off the floor and then start to lift that top leg. Good, lengthen the leg away, taking that hand onto the top hip just to encourage it to not move around too much. Good, lifting that top knee, lengthening away, and bring it back. Lovely, these look really good. And whilst you're here, just try and relax all the muscles in your face, relax the jaw. Try and be free of any tension. Good, let's try 3 more here. Keep those feet lifted so they're not tempted to sink down as you get tired. That's it, last 2. And last 1. Good, lovely. Let's bring the feet back down onto the floor. Just have one little moment here, relaxing the legs before we extend that top leg away. So flexing the foot, pushing the heel away from you to start off with. Try and keep that leg in line with your pelvis. So it's not too low, not too high. And then we're going to take that top arm up and over. Just find that length first of all, find that balance. And then when you're ready with a flexed foot, we're going to draw the elbow and the knee together. And then we're going to lengthen away again, point the toe. And draw that knee back in. Lovely. And then ready to do it again with a flexed foot. Really nice, good. So just moving slowly so you can keep that balance. And just moving from a flexed foot to a pointed foot. Lovely, good. Let's try 3 more. Two more. And last one. Good. And then keep the leg extended away, the arm extended away. Let's take that top arm up towards the sky. And then we're going to pulse with a flex foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's bend the knee, grab hold of that foot, take a little quad stretch while we're here. Opening up the front of the body, breathing here for a moment. Good, really nice. And let's release the legs. Slide back onto our backs for a moment. Release that cushion. And then this time we're going to bring the legs up into the air. So just going to relax onto your back, bend the knees in, and then lift the feet up towards the sky. So the legs can be slightly bent. Just let the feet completely relax. I'm just going to have a moment just to let the blood run from our feet. Reverse that blood flow. So it's a bit of a restorative pose here, just to come off of our feet. Let our legs and feet rest for a moment. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into tabletop position. So you're going to bend the knees. So those knees want to be in line with the hips, the feet in line with the knees. Good. So from here, we're just going to do single toe taps. So just bringing one foot down and then bringing it back and then swapping to the other side. Good. So the single toe taps here. If you want to add a little bit more of an extra challenge, you can interlace the fingers behind the head. So just allow the weight of the head to be supported by the hands. And then we're going to roll up into a little curl up here. So keep the elbows pointing out towards the side of the mat. Keep that neck nice and in line with the spine. And just looking towards those knees. Or if that feels enough for you just to be in laying on the back, then stay laying on the back. So just do what feels good for you this evening. So just peeling up, looking through the knees here. Keep those elbows wide and really let the weight of the head be supported by the hands. Good. So we're going to do 2 more alternate toe taps. And you can stay here or you can join the feet and the knees together, the next one, and do double toe taps. So join the feet and the knees together and then we're going to dip both toes down towards the mat. So again, it's entirely up to you. You can stay in a curl up or you can just relax down on the floor, double toe taps, or you can stay with your single toe taps here. So I'm going to do double toe taps, but I'm going to keep my back on the floor here, my head on the floor. So let's try 5 more of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then last one, good. And then the last little one here, you can either stay with your double toe taps or after you've done 1 toe tap, you're going to extend your right leg away, bring it back, and then left leg away, bring it back. So we've got double toe tap, come back, right leg goes away, and then left leg goes away. So just choose your variation. You can stick to your single ones, your double ones, or you can add in a little leg cycle here as well. So we'll do 3 more here. And you've got the option to stay in a curl up or come back down onto the floor. So just allow it to be your own practice today. Take it as far or as gentle as you want to this evening. We've got 1 more here. Last one. And then we're going to hug those knees in again. Give them a nice squeeze. Lovely. Let's take the arms out to the side. We're going to drop the knees down over towards the left hand side and look towards your right hand. Try and keep those shoulders in connection with the floor and looking towards your opposite hand. And just enjoy this moment of resting. Enjoy this lovely twist through the body. And then when you're ready, let's draw the knees up and over towards the other side. Make sure you've got lots of space. Good, and then looking towards your left hand. Breathing into that open space. Lovely. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. And after your next breath, bringing the arms or the feet rather, all the way back up. And then rolling onto one side. Coming onto your hands and knees. And then from here, we're just going to step forward with our right foot. So just step your right foot towards the front of the mat. I'm just going to rock forward and back here. Just some gentle little hip openings. Good. Just rocking forward and back. Try and keep that spine nice and long. And you can make this movement a little bit bigger as you feel possible for you. And then you can start to lengthen that leg as you transition back. And then sink the hips forward as you come forward. So again, just listen to your body and take it as far as you want to. So lengthening the leg away and then sinking forward into that little low lunge. Good. If your knees feel quite sensitive, you can always pop a little cushion or a blanket underneath your knee. Good, let's do 1 more here. And then we're going to bring that leg back and try the other side. So bringing your left foot forward, so reaching down through that front foot, and then just rocking very gently forward and back. So start with a small rock. And then as you feel more comfortable, you can start to lengthen that leg and sink further into that lunge. So just gently nourishing the hips, opening up the hips, lengthening down the back of the hamstring into the calves. Good. And you can also, if this feels a little bit uncomfortable, you can also take some books or kind of support underneath your hands just to lift you a bit higher. It's always quite a nice little modification as well. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Good, and then we're going to take that knee back, come into our child's pose, take the knees nice and wide, feet together, sitting back onto your heels, lengthening the arms away, melting the forehead down. And let's take a couple more deep breaths here. And whilst we're here, we're going to walk our hands over towards our left-hand side. So reaching all the way onto the left diagonal, sinking those hips down, resting your forehead and your chest towards the mat. And then walking all the way across to the other side. Good, and just try and use your breath to help you relax into this movement. So with every exhale, can you just relax and soften into this pose? Allow your hips to feel open, feel supported by the ground. Good, then coming all the way back, coming onto your hands and knees. I'm just going to finish with a couple of hip circles here. So just rocking your weight forward onto your right hand, onto your left hand, then back towards your left heel and then your right heel. Lovely, good. So making these as big or as small as you want to. And then going in the opposite direction. Lovely. A few more breaths here. And then we're going to come back into our downward facing dog. So tuck those toes under, lifting the bottom up towards the sky. Pressing those fingered pads into the mat, relaxing the shoulders. Let's take one big deep breath here. And then we're going to walk the feet forward to meet the hands. So nice and slowly walking the feet forward. Allowing the weight of the head and the arms to hang heavy. Give your head a little shake, a little nod. And then from here, we're going to root down through the feet and just take a little sway side to side. So allow the weight of your upper body just to hang over your legs. Have a little sway side to side. Seeing how far you can rock without toppling over. So feel that connection with your feet into the mat. Good, and we're going to do a roll up, but with this swaying motion. So rolling up through the spine, but keep this swaying motion happening. So slowly coming up. Until you come all the way to standing. And just keep this swaying motion happening. So just rocking from one foot to the other. Lovely, good. And then we're going to rock forward and back. So again, just playing with that transfer of weight, rocking forward into your toes and then back into your heels. Making this smaller and smaller until you find some stillness. Good, and then when you found that stillness, just closing the eyes for one more moment. And just checking in with how you're feeling at the end of your practice. Have you felt any shifts? How do you feel in comparison to the beginning of the class? And let's just finish with 2 more interrupted breath cycles. So when you're ready, we're going to breathe in for that 30% and hold. And then 60% hold. And then a full capacity. Inhale, hold, and then release. Good, last one, deep breath in, 30%, and hold. And then 30 more percent, so 60% of your lung capacity and hold. And then full breath in. Feel your lungs expand, feel your rib cage expand and rise. Holding it here, breathing out. Good, lovely. And then when you are ready, Slowly opening your eyes. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that this evening. And have a lovely rest of your evening. And I will see you later on in the week if you're joining on Thursday. Thank you. Bye.